Writing is not easy. That's why Grammarly can help. This sentence is grammatically correct, but is wordy and hard to read. It undermines the writer's message and the word choice is bland. Grammarly's cutting-edge technology helps you craft compelling, understandable writing that makes an impact on your reader. Much better. Are you ready to give it a try? Installation is simple and free. Visit Grammarly.com today. Well, you probably heard this passage before, in ads and whatnot. That's for sure. So in today's conversation, we are actually giving you the results of our investigation. We have performed an in-depth review of Grammarly. So the investigations it took us about 7 months. Well, the results will shock you. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweaty Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous if you had to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee, or tea, or vodka, and let's roll. In today's conversation, we want to do a Grammarly review. Is the app really worth it? Is all that noise nothing but, cacophony? First, let me give you an overview. So Grammarly detects grammar, spelling, punctuation, word choice, and style mistakes as you write on just about any sites on the web, okay, or in email, Word documents, social media, or on your own website. So it has this sort of automatic grammar detection tool, okay? So the benefit is that it helps you identify weak adjectives and better options. This is for the premium members though. It actually points out overuse of particular words, and it shows sentences that are too long or wordy, okay? So here are the pros and cons based on our analysis. It helps improve your writing skills, so it shows you accurate grammar and readability suggestions. This is really cool also, okay? And it conforms to your writing style, so it depends on what kind of writing style you choose, whether you want to choose academic, casual, creative, etc. It has adjustable formality levels. In other words, do you want to be formal, do you want to be neutral or informal? It depends on the kind of writing you're doing. You can use Grammarly as a browser extension or import text into your browser, okay? And it integrates very well with Microsoft Word, Outlook, and Google Docs. What we love with this also is that it has a real-time grammar and spell check, real-time, okay? And the app is available on iOS and Android. It works great for all kinds of writer categories. I'm talking not just authors though, writers in general, okay? The premium version has a plagiarism checker. This is really cool. An in-depth plagiarism checker is easy to use and understand. And one thing we see in our view after analyzing other apps out there, it is affordable, okay? So this is for the pros. What about the cons? Well, the website editor only allows documents up to 4 megabytes and 100,000 characters. Okay, Google Docs integration is still in beta. They're working on it, but it's not really clear yet when they will actually roll it out. The free version only checks for errors in spelling and grammar, not style and context. Okay, so if you want something in depth, you're gonna have to pay for the app. And Grammarly's website actually they will actually work with you in terms of resizing your split screen view, so they don't do scrolling that well. And one thing we have found, and one thing we don't like, well, it's not we don't like, but Grammarly is really pushy. I mean, you see ads from Grammarly all over the place, on YouTube, on TV, whatever. They are really, really pushy, okay? They want you to buy the premium version. Well, you can't really, you can't fault them for that. They want to make money, but yeah, it's just too much, okay? And the thing is that Grammarly comes nowhere close to replacing a human editor. I just want to say this right off the bat. Very important to know, okay? And so, yeah, this is what it is. To actually clarify things, what we love about Grammarly is that you have a real-time spelling and grammar checker. Very important, okay? And I don't care what kind of writing you're doing. This functionality can come in handy, okay? It's really easy to use. You have simple explanations. In other words, you don't have to have a PhD in English literature to understand what kind of explanations Grammarly is giving you. So it's really great. And what we love is that it has a high accuracy rate. We have checked this in and out, and they do have a high accuracy rate. Okay, and you can use Grammarly as a personal dictionary also if you want to. This is really cool. Okay, and one thing we love also is that you have the desktop and mobile capabilities. Okay, the cool thing is because a lot of people nowadays, they work on mobile. Some people work on laptops. So this is really cool to be able to have a responsibly designed app. This is really good. And one thing we love also is that if you are interested in what kind of in checking the progress of your writing, Grammarly very conveniently and efficiently gives you a weekly report card. In other words, it will track your overall weaknesses and it will point out areas you can work on over time. Think about it. This is really good because you're able to actually you're able to spot what is really going on in your writing, what is not going that well. Okay, and you can actually improve over time. Okay, so this is really cool. I'm talking about things like prepositions, prepositions, grammar, I would say mishaps. You are talking about typos and all that kind of stuff. So overall, that's what we love about Grammarly. What we don't like about Grammarly is that they really have to actually expand to other countries, because think about it. You know, they only support English for now. Okay, so you're talking about American English, UK English, Canadian English, or Australian English. You can see that they have chosen their markets very, very specifically. But the thing here is that when we talk about the English in the world, there's nearly 2 billion people who speak English outside of those important markets. That's for sure. But you're talking about India, you have other countries that actually, I mean, India is a huge market, and if you want to work, if your business does operates in India, this could be a problem. And their aggressive marketing, I've said this before, but you can't really fault them for that. And they have to work on the beta version of Google Docs. Okay, so bottom line, Grammarly is kind of cool though. Okay, but is it really the best tool for your writing? I mean, it fixes your grammar, it really fixes your spelling, but is it really the best tool? You will find out. Let me give you some background here. What is exactly Grammarly? What is it? Because we hear about it all the time, but what is it exactly? Well, it actually started about 12, 13 years ago. They were developed in 2009, okay? And so what they do really well is that it is a spelling and grammar checker that detects grammar, spelling, punctuation, word choice, and style mistakes as you write on websites, email, Word documents, social media, and so much more, okay? I just want you to think about it as a human editor that's just sitting next to you and just checking you out as you actually write. Okay, and what we love here with Grammarly is that it's really intuitive. Okay, it is intuitive, and it's robotic. That's for sure. You have a robot that actually tells you, "Hey, listen, you're writing well here, or you're not writing well." That's just what it is. Okay, and Grammarly is safe and legit. Okay, I mean the plugin and websites are very secure, really. And one thing for sure is that they actually, in terms of their security page, they say pretty clearly, your words are yours. We do not and will not sell or rent your or your team's information. We don't help third parties advertise the products to you. So Grammarly says it very clearly, okay? Is Grammarly accurate? Yes, it is accurate because it checks for grammar errors and spelling mistakes, okay? It is more accurate in our view than other comparable proofreading apps. Okay, now having said that, it is not really a replacement for a human editor. Okay, but if you go to the premium version, they offer more than accurate recommendations for correcting your writing styles, passive voice, word choice, sentence structure, and comma placement. Okay, now one thing I want to say here is that if you've seen in the ads, Grammarly actually markets its high quality accuracy towards people writing emails and social media posts over hardcore authors. Okay. However, if you are an author who is willing to overlook a few grammar checks that don't apply to prose, you can actually use Grammarly as well. Okay. The app is very easy to use. I mean, very easy to use. People will actually tell you that this is one of the most user-friendly proofreading apps on the market. Okay, and one thing for sure is that you don't have to be a hardcore author, but you can actually find it very easy to use. In our view, the app is accessible to 90% of the population. 90%. Speaking about 90% of the population, who is the target audience here? So who should use Grammarly? Honestly, in our view, and we have researched this over 7 months, we believe everyone, everyone should use Grammarly because it is actually a proofreading app that will improve anyone's writing. I'm talking about a non-native English speaker to best-selling novelist, really. Okay, and because we have this impression, this impression that people think if you use Grammarly, that's because you're not a good writer. No, you can be a stellar writer and still use Grammarly. Okay, so people who are not writers can get away with using the free version of Grammarly. Okay, but because its spelling and grammar checker is far beyond what Word spell checker can offer, and it works on Outlook and Gmail, so your email look as professional as possible. Okay, so basically, after our analysis, we believe that you want to use Grammarly if let's say you want to avoid embarrassing typos, misspellings, and grammar mistakes. Okay, and I'm saying this like for native and non-native English speakers. Okay, if you want to improve your writing to make it more clear, engaging, and concise, this is kind of cool. Also, you can use Grammarly. You can use it also to automatically check your writing on virtually any website. Okay, and the thing is, you can even hire ghostwriters or want to check for plagiarism. Okay, and the thing is that you can also use Grammarly if you speak a native language that is not English and you want to share content in English. Okay, so when you think about it, all these features and functionalities make the app an incredible editing app. Okay, again, what I'm trying to say here is that it is not for everyone. Okay, it is not for everyone. If you are trying to produce stellar content at a very high level, Grammarly may not be for you. But for the general population, I'm talking about at least 90% of people should use the free version of Grammarly at least. Okay, it is really better than what you think. Okay, and because the overall benefits are very clear, you can identify weak adjectives and learn better alternatives. You can stop overusing certain words. Okay, you can shorten overly long sentences. Everybody is guilty of that. And you can avoid embarrassing typos in essential emails and blog posts. Okay, so this is about your reputation first also. Let me give you the features that you want to remember when you think about Grammarly. In our view, the key features here include the spelling and grammar check. So Grammarly will check your spelling and grammar, okay? And it works better than the Microsoft Word's native spell checker, okay? Its free version rivals any other free app out there. And we love the fact that you have a high accuracy on the spelling and grammar check. It gives you suggestions. So when Grammarly detects an error or issue with your writing, you can click on underlined words to see what the problem is. And Grammarly's suggestion will pop up, with a concise but informative explanation. You have Grammarly cards. Okay, so besides just flagging where it detects issues, what we love is that Grammarly also gives comprehensive explanations of grammar rules and tips for avoiding similar mistakes in the future. You have reporting. You can actually receive a report detailing your accuracy in grammar, spelling, plagiarism, and vocabulary. And what we love here is that this is really, really efficient because it helps you improve over time. Language preferences. Okay, you can easily switch between English dialects by navigating to your profile and changing your language preference. Okay, so Grammarly works with American English, British English, Canadian English, and Australian English. You have the Grammarly online editor. So you can actually store all your documents and access them from an internet-connected computer. Okay, you can type within that database or upload your documents to it. So this is really good. You have a browser extension. Okay, so this is available for Chrome, Safari, Firefox, and Microsoft Edge. Okay, you have Grammarly for Microsoft use. This is also really good for those who love Microsoft Office. Grammarly has got you covered. You have Grammarly for your iPhone, for your phone rather. So if you want to check, if you want Grammarly to check all the writing you do on your phone, there is a keyboard for that. Fantastic. You have Grammarly for your desktop. Okay, so if you can also use it for from your desktop. You have a plagiarism checker. This actually is for premium only, okay, but it will actually see whatever, if somebody has actually used the data before or whatnot. You have the tone detector. This is one of our favorite because tone is key to effective communication when you think about it. So you want to make sure your recipient will understand your message the way you intend. And you have an easy checker. That's also in the premium version. So you are able to write better papers and essays with Grammarly. So this is really cool. Now we want to talk about Grammarly for business because they have something for consumers, but also for business because this is a huge market out there, right? So there are a few features you want to pay attention to when you switch to Grammarly for business. So they have snippets. In other words, you are able to write more in less time with text snippets. You know, if you are familiar with Twitter and Instagram, and you really know the importance of snippets, right? So you are actually using Grammarly to give your teams the power to actually draft consistent on-brand messaging with a shared snippet library. This is kind of cool because you are able to have keyboard shortcuts. You have a snippet library, okay? You have custom snippets. And you have seamless sharing, so that the ability for you to actually integrate this into your team's communication is really great. You also have analytics. So from a business perspective, we love this particular feature because it allows you, not just you personally, but your team overall to actually see what kind of progress you're making. Okay, so you're able to get the big picture. You can see when your team applies writing feedback and you can track progress by the numbers. You can go as granular as you want. You can drill down. You can identify trends that really are happening in your communication. You can analyze tone. This is important also. You can understand the business impact of your communication. Okay, you can actually up-level your team's communication really. Okay, and the cool thing we love is that you are actually empowering all your team members, including those whose writing skills are not really developed. You can empower them with Grammarly. Okay, they also have what they call fluency support, so they help your team speak more fluently. They have custom style guides, brain tones. They have time-saving shortcuts and team analytics dashboard. They also have the brain tones. So basically, what you're trying to do here is you are trying to have a consistency across all your communication, right? And they have tone profile, tone detector. They have analytics. This is really good. And they also have a style guide for your business. So you're actually helping your team stay aligned with a shared library of words, terms, and phrases specific to your organization. And we all know how important that is. You can replace acronyms and jargon. Names matter. They have custom style guides, rules, and you can also emphasize the brain tones. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Let me talk to you now about pricing. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweaty Kiwi Show. We are still doing an in-depth review of Grammarly today, and I want to talk to you about pricing. Okay, now how much does it really cost? Well, the free version of Grammarly is entirely free, really, no hidden fees and that kind of stuff. Okay, and based on our analysis, the free version is actually very robust, and it's all that most people need. Actually, I've said this before: 90% can actually get away with the free version. Okay, Grammarly Premium costs a maximum of $29.95 each month you use it. However, pricing options allow you to purchase Grammarly Premium in bulk at a discounted price. Okay, so you have $30 per month, $60 for 3 months. That's $20 per month value. Okay, here $144 per year. So it brings down the price to $12, which is really affordable. When you think about the value it adds, when you think about the services versus the price. In our view, it's really affordable. Okay, Grammarly Business is $15 per month per member, and a minimum of 3 members. Okay, so when you think about Grammarly, there are differences between the free version and the premium version. Okay, so is the big question is, with the free version, you have access to actually the basic grammar and the vocabulary help that you need. But with the premium version, they offer significantly more recommendations, vocabulary enhancements, writing style suggestions, and plagiarism checks. Okay, so is it really worth it? Well, it is worth every penny in our view, especially if you purchase the annual plan, which saves you about 60 to 75% every year. Think about it. So in our view, Grammarly Premium is fantastic for writers, bloggers, marketers, students, academics, anyone in corporate America. Okay, and this is really cool. You can write and format professional books with ease. Okay, and only the premium version of Grammarly offers you an invaluable, in our view, plagiarism checker. Okay, because this checker will actually browse the internet to ensure no plagiarism has occurred. And if you think about it, this gives you peace of mind, right? So what about the differences between a Grammarly desktop and mobile? Well, you can use Grammarly on both your computer and your mobile devices. And when you use Grammarly on your computer, it offers real-time suggestions by marking spelling or grammar errors with a colored underline. You can use Grammarly on your desktop, on Grammarly.com, or with Microsoft Office. Now, Grammarly on your mobile device works as a keyboard. That's the key difference here, okay? And your new and improved keyboard will offer real-time corrections right above the letters and numbers. It basically suggests corrections to spelling and grammar, okay? When there is no grammatical error, it will offer you synonyms for whatever you are typing. And here are the alternatives before we close to this conversation. So Grammarly is not the only player in this field. So how does it compare to other programs? Grammarly is actually an intuitive spelling and grammar checking machine, but there are other proofreading programs out there that do the same thing. Okay, so you have Grammarly versus Word. So in our view, the Word spell checker is not enough. Okay, it's not enough to really elevate your writing to that next level. Not at all. What about Grammarly versus Pro Writing 8? Well, when you compare free versions only, Grammarly is better than Pro Writing 8, hands down. It is more user-friendly, it is more accurate, okay, and it can handle over 10,000 words at a time, whereas Pro Writing 8 can only handle 500 words at a time. We're speaking about the free version though, okay? However, Pro Writing 8 Premium has more features and more integrations. Okay, they can integrate with Scrivener and OpenOffice, which Grammarly can. And Pro Writing 8 is more affordable than Grammarly Premium. Okay, what about Grammarly versus Ginger? Well, you have to understand that Grammarly, in our view, again, this is just our research here, Grammarly is better than Ginger in a lot of ways. I mean, a lot of ways. You know, only Grammarly allows you to upload documents to check. Only Grammarly Premium checks for plagiarism, okay? However, Ginger does work in multiple languages, unlike Grammarly. It also offers a text-to-speech feature, and Ginger Premium is more affordable than Grammarly Premium. What about White Smoke? Grammarly versus White Smoke. Well, we believe that Grammarly is better than White Smoke because it is more user-friendly, it is responsibly designed, it is prettier to look at, in our view. And Grammarly's free version is definitely better and provides more features, okay? And White Smoke does not have a free version, not even a free trial, okay? And White Smoke's desktop app only proofreads 10,000 characters at a time, not words, characters, okay? On the plus side though, White Smoke is more affordable. It also offers a translation tool, even if some reviewers say it's barely better than Google Translate. What about Grammarly versus Turnitin? Turnitin. Well, in our view, Grammarly is a better proofreader than Turnitin, okay? But Turnitin is marketed to different people than Grammarly, so it's hard to say which is better, really. Okay, Grammarly is for writing emails, social media posts, blog posts, in the premium version, you can adjust your genre, which is great for professional writers. Tuning is for teachers who want to grade papers, who want to check for plagiarism and provide feedback. Okay, so this is what it is here. Before I close today's conversation, let me give you a few pro tips that you really have to pay attention to, because this is very important. So the thing here is that you want to use Grammarly. I'm talking about on the web, online, through the app, and more. It's easy to use Grammarly, but there are several ways to utilize the tool. Okay, as a browser extension, online editor, okay, Microsoft Office, desktop app, mobile app. You need to choose which one works for you. It's very important. For the browser extension, you need to download the Grammarly browser extension to use Grammarly for your online writing. Okay, so they offer a Safari, Edge, Firefox, or Chrome extension. So you also have the online editor. So you have to go to app.grammarly.com to use the online Grammarly editor. Okay, you can upload a file or drag and drop, and Grammarly can only check 100,000 characters at once. So this comes out to about 16,000 words or 60 pages. Okay, so supported file formats for upload include doc, docx, ODT, TXT, and RTF. You have Microsoft Office, so Grammarly for Microsoft Office works on both Mac and Windows computers. This is really great. You can also download the desktop app, not a problem. You can have also the mobile app. This is for Apple Store or the Google Play Store. You can find them there. Okay, and so the big question is, can Grammarly replace human editing? No, and that's a big no-no. Grammarly cannot replace human editing and proofreading. Okay, Grammarly can do a lot of stuff though. Don't get me wrong, but it's limited because there are twists in styles. There are twins in style and content and tone that only a human can actually, in our view, can really detect. Okay, so if you want professional advice, professional guidance, Grammarly is not giving that to you. Okay, so but the question is Grammarly right for you? Well, we think that Grammarly is right for just about everyone who writes in English, even if you only write on Facebook or Twitter. Okay, nobody's perfect. Everybody makes mistakes, and the thing here is that you want a tool, you want a robot, you want a robotic angel to actually help you with avoiding the little issues, the little mistakes in life in terms of your writing. Okay, so when you think about this tool, it's great for automating the everyday checking of your most important communication styles. But if you are a professional writer and you want to take your writing level to the next level, Grammarly can do the basic. They can actually take care of you in terms of the foundation, but you're going to need a human editor, or you're going to have to actually improve your own writing style. Thank you so much for your attention. So just to kind of recap here, Grammarly makes you a better writer. It's as simple as that. Okay, so in our view, here is a summary of what the app can do for you. For most authors, writers, and bloggers, the free version of Grammarly is enough and should be a part of your proofreading arsenal, in our view. And Grammarly should be your first line of defense, but not your sole proofreader. It should never replace a human editor for your book, for example. You can use Grammarly and its reporting system over time because it can help you strengthen your writing. Okay, you can actually switch between American English, British English, Canadian English, and Australian English. And this is kind of cool because if you are addressing those markets, you want to have the right content for them. So our score for Grammarly, 9.2 over 10. To quickly recap today's conversation, I gave you an overview. I spoke about the background of the company, the audience, the features, their business functionalities, the pricing, the alternatives, and I gave you a few pro tips. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. I will see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.